I'm the only one with a fan today. I'm gonna bask in all of my glory. The fan. It feels really nice because it's still over 100 degrees in Arizona. Because the rest of the country was like, guess what? It's winter. And Arizona's like, no. It's still summer. It's still summer. But hello, house guests, and welcome to The Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I just hit my fucking arm!
And that is going in the intro package.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, boy. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Not hitting my funny bone today, so that's exciting for me. I am drinking water always because hydration is important, and I'm finishing up my daily coffee. I made a new homemade coffee creamer this week. It's very good. It's hazelnut almond vanilla, and I really enjoy it. So
Let's go hazelnut almond vanilla. Some would call that French vanilla. Let's go.
no, there's differences.
Well, hazelnut vanilla is what French vanilla is.
But then there's also almond vanilla.
And almond, exactly. 100%, yeah. Hi, I'm Brooke. I'm here. I'm queer. I have my Guitar Hero guitar. And I'm trying out new intros because I want a new intro.
I like it.
Regardless, I got the new headset so you can hear me without me being garbled. I got the new tattoo.
Brooke doesn't have static anymore. Yay!
I mean, truly, I've evolved, honestly. You know, I'm evolving from, I don't know, a non-bi-Chew to a trans-Chew, and we're having a great time. So, yeah, this has been a weird week that has left many asking, who are you going to root for? Who's it going to be? In the Big Brother
I have
house.
an answer, and we'll talk about it later.
As we will.
Anybody want pie? I'm Esme. It's been a second since I was back, but I hit my arm, had a COVID exposure, and haven't shaved in a week.
That'll do it, you know.
And this is the right one.
Oh,
cup mug.
Cup mug. No. Cup mug.
I want to too much because I'm drinking. It looks like Kool-Aid, but it's not cool. It's not Kool-Aid, but it looks like Kool-Aid.
Ooh, okay. And Esme, where could you get that fabulous cup mug that you also now own?
At Laundry Creations at Etsy.com.
And we do ship internationally, so there are no excuses.
Look at you.
We all had to take over Lana's intro today because she is taking the day off of Big Brother as she should.
That woman needs to take
a break. She needs a rest. She needs a rest. Logan, you need a rest too.
Trust and believe, I'm aware. However, the Theys have taken over the Big Brother recording today. And because I don't think either of you were here for the last
binary verse.
Big Brother, truly. The anti-binary verse is where we are existing today. And I just have one question for the both of you.
My state. I can't believe this.
Our now customary way to introduce our Big Brother recordings every week, because you know.
Who ate her steak?
Who ate her? It was Jag and Matt.
Yeah.
And I believe after they all get off flop, Jag and Matt still have plans to make Mimi a steak. So that's good. Unfortunately, it can't happen this week.
Imagine Mimi got evicted this week and never got her steak.
Imagine Mimi wins HOH next week and nominates Jag and Matt for eating her steak. I think that would be great.
Here's a tip: eat my steak.
It's the conclusion of Muffin Gate we never got.
Truly. Spoiler alert: Mimi will not be evicted this week because we know it will be one of two people. We will talk about that, but. It is our Monday recap, which means we are here to talk about yesterday's normally HOH episode. However, we got the HOH comp live on Thursday last week, which was fun.
Finally.
Yeah, I know. Not the outcome any of us wanted, really. But we're going to talk about the Sunday episode as well as all of the most up-to-date live feed stuff. Veto meeting happened about an hour and a half ago, I believe, at this point. So we do know final noms for the week. We will talk about that. We will talk about all of the scenarios going on in the house. What we think is going to happen this week, because honestly, y'all, it's still up in the air. I don't think we're going to know until maybe Thursday again who is going to go.
Nothing new. Nothing changed.
Nothing new, but it is a different, group of people running the power dynamic here.
As much as I like Cameron, I'm not upset that this week is kind of shifting up things. Like,
we'll talk more about it because I kind of am in a similar boat to you. But first, make sure to subscribe because we are here 3 times a week talking about Big Brother as well as so many other reality programs, and we have our main channel where we talk all things drag. So make sure to go check that out as well. So let's talk about it. There is not a whole lot to talk about in regards to Sunday's episode that we haven't already covered. Sunday's episode was very cut and dry, in my opinion. It was like, this is what's happening. It felt like more fluff and more commercial break than normal Sunday episodes. And I guess it's just because we saw the HOH comp happen on Thursday's episode where Cameron, despite all fucking odds, won HOH. And
this man has only voted twice this season so far.
And that's crazy, isn't it? And I mean, on top of that too, I do think that the people that were in the final 3, I think the 2 that did not get the final question right, both threw this HOH. So I think one of them did.
I think Corey threw it. I think Corey, because we saw on feeds Thursday night into Friday, Izzy was distraught after not winning the HOH, and I don't think, this is no shade, I don't think she's that good of an actress to pull off a whole acting bit for that long.
I'm
acting.
But yeah, so basically what we see in the what we see in the Sunday episode is a lot of Cameron telling everyone what we all thought was going to be the plan going into nominations. And we talked about it on Friday when we did our recap of live feeds. We were like, okay, cool. Blue and Jag are going up. He's telling everyone that it's just going to be a redo of week 4 when he was HOH. Okay, cool. Like, maybe not what we wanted necessarily, but like a good outcome nonetheless.
Right.
And then we see the Cameron and Jag conversation where Cameron is like, I think this is our one shot to work together. I won't put you up if you promise not to put me up in the future. And basically threatens Jag with, if I hear this information get back to me, I will put you on the block come Monday and I will make sure you leave Thursday.
Like, if this conversation leaks, this is scratched and you and Blue go up.
Well, at the time he was still going to do the noms that he was going to do. He didn't even include Blue in it. He was like, if I hear about this conversation, you're going up as the renom. So Blue wasn't even, I don't think Blue was ever a factor in Cameron's nominations this week. I think there were 4 people that were a part of that. And 3 of them are the 2 people that were nominated, Jag and someone else.
That someone else being America, who apparently was being considered, if I remember correctly.
Oh, then 5.
Oh, yeah.
America America was the original fake plan. So the original fake plan that Cameron was telling everyone was Jag and Blue noms, and if the veto is used, America would go up as the renom, but America would go up strictly as a pawn, and he in his fake plan told everyone he was going to say America is a pawn, vote out the other person, whether it be Jag or Blue.
Mm.
And obviously we know that none of that happened.
Yeah.
No.
So
who was the other person again?
Suri.
Yeah, that was it, yeah.
So we can just go out and say it. Izzy and Felicia were nominated for eviction in not the return of the nomination wheel, but something pretty close.
I'll be honest, this might be the most iconic moment in Big Brother in the past, like 3, 4, 5 seasons to me. Like, immediately became iconic.
Well, in the last 5 seasons before this, there was Rockstar's daughter's birthday. So
exactly. Like, I don't think anything is like this feels like the moment of Big Brother 25 to me so far. Because sure, we've seen some insane gameplay, but this was the first time I've seen an entire house be shocked on the level of like Dan's funeral kind of shock of like maybe not to that like severity or that level of gameplay, but in general, like it is hard to blindside an entire house in Big Brother. It does not happen very often.
Yeah, I think we are going to be talking about this nomination ceremony for a long time, especially if what happens this week ends up completely altering the fabric of this season, which I do think it will.
Yeah.
So we're going through the nomination ceremony, and Cameron, like the Humiliverse, because we're in the Humiliverse for the entire week. The Humiliverse calls. Cameron comes out with a bunch of pies, and so he has to pie the people who are safe in the face. And so it goes around, and it's like the normal people that you would expect to not be nominated. And
then
I love it that Izzy took off her glasses and Felicia took out her tooth, both of them thinking they were going to get pied in the face. And then Jag gets a pie to the face. And everyone is kind of just like, what do you mean?
Looks over and goes, like...
And then Blue was about to get one, and then Blue was like, wait! And then rips off her eyelashes. That, honestly. Haven't been loving Blue this season all that much, I'm going to be honest. However, that was a cute moment.
No, on top of that, in between that, you see Felicia put her tooth back in after he pied Jag, because apparently she had specifically asked him, they didn't show it in the episode, for the key lime pie. And then when he pied Jag, she knew she was going on the block.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I'm like, oh, crap, what is happening?
Another moment that happened earlier that I liked that felt kind of was America like taking, because there's the whole gas mask thing fucking happening in this episode too.
I was going to bring that up after the nominations.
Okay.
Well, so, yeah. So, I meant to bring it up before, and then I just, like, completely forgot. So they're going around, and then Jag gets pied, and then Blue gets pied, and the last 3 are Izzy, Felicia, and America. And everyone's just like... And then America gets pied, and everyone is just like...
I hate to say it, he kind of ate with the nom speech, too. He did. He's right.
I don't want to fall into this pattern. I get it. I'm saying this from the standpoint of I still think Cameron is a gross, creepy individual.
Correct.
However, if I am looking objectively at what he's doing in the game, he kind of ate.
Exactly. If I'm looking at the garment.
If we're talking about the garment.
Is the garmenting?
We'll talk about the current garment this man is wearing in the house because it's not cute. But yeah.
Is the garment garmenting?
The garment is not garmenting.
This garment is, I'm giving this garment a garment out of 10.
A garment out of 10, correct. Going back to the whole stinkometer thing, because that's also a new aspect of the house this week with the Humiliverse. So everyone, so they literally shut down. They had an HOH lockdown for like 4 hours, I think, to install the stinkometer into the bathroom.
God.
So now every time someone has to go to the bathroom this week, they have to announce that they're going to the bathroom, and then the stinkometer will judge it. And if it's a 10 out of 10, everyone has to put on a gas mask. And they are color-coded gas masks.
Dude, I felt so bad for America getting that pink gas mask. Like, talking about how she said she makes her look like a pig.
Well, it didn't make her look like a pig for that long. We'll talk about it. But what were you going to say about the whole situation, Essay?
Oh, when she's in the DR and like takes off the gas mask and her hair is like just so I'm like, it just like it tickled me. It got a chuckle out of me. I just enjoyed, like, I don't enjoy the whole Humiliverse aspect of it, if that makes sense. Like, I think it's a little immature, but it's, you know, it's cute. Whatever.
They made the decision that they made, and hopefully we don't see the Humiliverse again for another couple weeks.
This is just...
I will say, I think the idea of them, like, having to announce that they're going to the bathroom would have been fine. They didn't need to go this far with it. I feel like it was one of those... It was like, put on everything and take two things off, kind of, to me.
It was very Coco Chanel.
Yeah.
Very Coco Chanel.
Oh, and then there was also at night Felicia singing.
Oh my God, Felicia's night terror singing.
God.
That's a thing now.
I would just have to evict her for that so I can get a good night's sleep. I'm sorry. Like...
Oh, that has been discussed. I know we're kind of skipping ahead to life. It's like a pinch. But America and Corey are in the same room as her, and they are both saying, we just want to evict Felicia just so she's not in our room anymore.
Literally. Well...
I can't blame them because if they can't get a good night's sleep, they're going to get fucked up in competitions moving down the line.
I don't blame them either. But with that being said as well, that's pretty much the recap of the Sunday episode. Unless either of you have anything else to bring up.
The Jag and Matt texting thing happened. It occurred.
Okay.
That's like the only thing we didn't talk about.
I was gonna say, I was like, okay. Wow.
Oh, Felicia definitely is like, see, like Cirie feels a little iffy with Felicia.
A little.
Oh. Maybe a little. And then like the beginning of the episode, there was the whole Bowie Jane kind of upset with.
Oh, the Bowie Jane blow up. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to our weekly segment of What the Fuck is Bowie Jane Doing in the House? This week, popping off.
Starring fucking Bowie Jane.
Starring fucking Bowie Jane. Because she is blindsided after the vote. She is like, I can't do an Australian accent, so I'm not gonna.
I just can't believe.
No, that's very Essex. Okay, here's my impression of Bowie Jane if she was from Essex. I just can't believe that people in this house would lie like this. I just can't believe. And then Cirie is like, stand up if you haven't lied in this house. And I'm like, you better, Cirie. I love it.
Okay, we also, but honestly, it was giving the gaslighting of Bowie Jane. Because Bowie was coming up with some real stuff here. Like, we're in Legend 25 together, right? But we're also supposed to be in the Bye Bye Bitches together. And y'all didn't tell me. Like, what the fuck? Because in her mind, she just got left out of this vote for no reason. Because what the fucking Bowie Jane? And I don't think if she got told, hey, we have 8 votes on red, okay? There is zero anything that is going to happen other than Red going home. She would have voted for Jag. She would have voted Red out.
I definitely think it was.
She did it with Heisem.
Yeah, I don't think it was the smartest idea to, because they know Bowie just wants to go with the house right now because she's unfortunately we've transitioned her into the status of coasting, which I'm not all that thrilled to be talking about. However, they know she just wants to vote with the house, and so I don't know that it was. I mean, everyone in the house, for the most part, is just completely discounting Bowie at this point, like she doesn't exist.
I mean, until this week with Cameron, though, because they're like, well, Bowie, this kind of does you a favor because you get to be our eyes and ears with Cameron, and he'll trust you since you're the only person that voted Jag out, yada yada. And Bowie's like,
Why would I
yeah,
want to
I
do
don't.
that?
Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to do that? I don't buy that crap. Obviously, something else is going on here. And I think one thing we saw from this is that Bowie's reads on the house are pretty good. She just needs to.
Spot on, yeah.
They're pretty spot on. And when she was talking with Cameron, it seems like she's got something going there.
Yeah.
I do worry for her in a situation where somebody wins HOH and they put Cameron up, and now I feel like she's going to be the red replacement, where it's going to be Cameron and Bowie on the block. And but oh well.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all. We are going to move into our live feed spoiler update situation shenanigans, dollification of it all. So, if you do not want to be spoiled on things currently happening in the Big Brother house, thank you so much for joining. We'll be back Wednesday to talk about our more Big Brother. So, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
5.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh. 3.
3, 2, 1.
Good. Yeah.
Bye.
Feeds.
Okay. Here is what we know. Yes, we're at feeds now. Here's what we know so far. I'm going to run through everything that's happened because veto picks happened, veto meeting happened. We know final noms. Let's talk about all of that very, very quickly, and then we can flesh things out a little bit more. So, veto comp happened on Saturday. Our veto players were Cameron, Izzy, and Felicia, as well as Matt, Jared, and Jag, who was chosen by Izzy.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Interesting. I disagree.
I mean, okay,
sure.
For Izzy, right? Her picking Suri. I mean, they know that they're going to work together, but also is Suri really going to win a veto? I think her and Jack have developed a better relationship these past few weeks. But also, she might have just been like, well, we don't even know what the comp is. Let's just pick somebody that doesn't ruffle any feathers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So those are our veto players. We know that the veto comp was the classic, you are eliminated. Please pick up your 6th place prize. It's the veto. Like, I don't know if that comp has a name, but we know it's the knockout comp with prize and punishment, which makes sense because we're in the Humiliverse. So we know that so we know that was the competition. We know who won the comp, and we also know who won the veto because they are not the same person in this situation. So we found out shortly after feeds came back on Saturday that Jared won the power of veto. However, he did not win the competition. Matt actually won the competition, and when he got his 1st place prize, which we'll talk about here shortly, he thought that his prize was an actual prize, decided to take the prize and not swap with anyone else, thus leaving Jared with the veto. From what we understand, Jared got 2nd place in the comp. I don't think that's been confirmed yet. But that's what we believe happened. As far as prizes and punishments are concerned, obviously Jared won the veto. Cameron won a European vacation.
Okay. Good luck, Eris.
Right. Jag won $5,000 cash. And as far as the punishments are concerned, Izzy won this dirty pig challenge thing, where she had to pick another house guest, and they had to do 2,000 laps in the backyard. I think over 12 hours is all the time they had to do it. They had to do 2,000 laps transferring dirt from one side of the backyard to the other. And her and the house guest she chose are going to be stuck in pig onesies for the next week. And she chose
Cameron, right?
Cameron. So they are both in nothing but pig onesies for the next week. They did complete their task within the allotted time. And if they hadn't, Izzy and only Izzy would have been unable to compete in next week's veto. So
see, if I'm Cameron, I'm not helping her at all.
Well, so he did say at one point, when she went inside for a little bit, he did say at one point, well, I don't think it's going to matter because I don't think she's even going to be here next week. So, which we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. Felicia won a kayak punishment where she had to pick another house guest to be stuck in a tandem kayak with for 48 hours. They had to pretend to kayak across the entire house. And when they had to get out of the kayak, they had to dock the kayak, roll out a little mat, and that's all they could stand on. And Felicia chose Suri.
I gotta be honest, this might be my favorite like duo punishment since like tandem skydiving, honestly.
I think so, honestly.
I hate it. No, not in a bad way. Like I would hate being in this though.
I would only be fine with doing it if it was someone I really liked and didn't mind being stuck with for 48 hours. So their punishment is only 48 hours. To my knowledge, they are already done with their punishment. I believe feeds are down right now because they're ending their punishment.
Because you couldn't do it up until eviction because of like how Felicia got evicted. What if Suri just gets dragged out the house in a canoe?
Could you imagine? So it's only 48 hours. I believe it will be done later today. And then Matt's punishment that he thought was a prize was he thought it was a meet and greet with Josh Duhamel, who had hosted the veto comp. He's an actor.
I might know his face.
You would know the things he's in. But apparently he hosted the veto comp. And Matt thought that the prize was a meet and greet with him. Instead, Matt, I believe for the next 48 hours as well, has to carry around a cardboard cutout of Josh Duhamel. And anytime Big Brother, or I'm so sorry, Mr. B, tells him he has to take a Polaroid selfie with the Josh Duhamel cardboard cutout and then tack it onto this cork board in the living room.
I'll be honest, I felt kind of bad for Matt here.
I mean, he picked it.
But he may not have been 100% clear, because if we have seen one thing happen this season, it's that they have not been accommodating Matt well. So.
The thing is, aren't they always written down on what they say? Like, don't they always?
Yes, and I'm pretty sure whoever hosts the comp always says what the prize or punishment is. So
yeah,
I think this is just an instance of Josh genuinely being confused and it not having anything to do with Matt.
Who's Josh?
Josh Duhamel.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure Matt was just confused. But again, we won't know anything for sure until Wednesday's video.
I'm hoping that they were just like last season, like on the season that Taylor had, they smashed the things open and on each pick.
Season.
Last season on each pick they had a trip, like $500. Like, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's just, I don't know what it will look like this season if there was something that like has written down what they are, and that would have just been he misunderstood what it meant.
Also, how big of a fan of Josh Duhamel do you have to be to give up $5,000 for meet and greet with this man?
Apparently he is. I don't know. He might not have also because we know he's a recruit. Mm-hmm. He may not have understood that he could have picked any prize, and he may have been under the assumption that he could only pick the veto. And in this case, if I'm Matt, I wouldn't take the veto. I don't want that. So I don't know. We'll see on Monday's episode. I'm not. I mean, same. Or actually, I would take the European vacation, honestly. But so Jared won the power of veto. There was a lot of debate and speculation, which we'll talk about in a little bit, on whether he was going to use the veto. But he had said from the start of feeds coming back after the veto, he was not going to use it. And today we did get confirmation Jared did not use the power of veto, which
This is one of
means
the smartest moves he's made this whole goddamn season. Because if he used it, his mom would have gone up.
Exactly. So
the other thing on top of it, though, is that now I think Blue's going to be looking at this a little closely, and maybe because Blue has thought that Jared's mom is Felicia, and
Blue
now
knows
when did that change? Last I saw was
the
that
DR, the DR about it being like, I think it's Suri.
When
Blue knows it's Suri now.
Sunday.
Whenever the DR, the episode that he told her, she immediately went, well, he said that he's been around the reality TV circuit. Suri is on Survivor. Yeah. He said his mom's in the house. I don't believe it's Felicia. I believe it's Suri. She said that like immediately. She had a DR the episode that she was told.
Yeah.
Well, either way.
So that's where we're at. So either Izzy or Felicia will be evicted on Thursday,
becoming the last creature.
Or potentially the first juror. Because remember, we do have whatever this jury twist is that Julie talked about on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
There has been a lot of speculation, and there's one specific rumor that keeps coming up. I don't know if either of y'all have seen it.
Is it the final three thing?
The final three.
Yeah.
So there is a rumor that instead of a final 2 this season, it will be a final 3.
Oh dear
with
God,
9
no.
jurors, meaning that the first person evicted, or that the first member of jury will be evicted.
The thing with the final 9 jurors, it means it could tie 3-3-3. I don't know if they would do that.
That's what they've done on Survivor before, and they said there was a tiebreaker in place.
So there was, but it was a tie between 2 people.
Yeah.
No, they have had a 9-person jury with 3 finalists on Survivor before. No. Yes, they have. On Survivor One World, it was a 9-person jury with a final 3, and they said that there was a contingency plan for if there was a 3-way tie.
I'm not saying there wasn't, Brooke. I'm saying it wasn't a tie.
I'm not saying the tie has happened in that situation. Okay. Jeff has just said in interviews, because people have asked him about it since they had the tie in Ghost Island, that there was a plan. So I'm assuming there's probably a plan. Is all I'm getting at.
Yep.
The thing is, I would assume it would either be or America, or the dirt thing is that America gets a vote this season. Like we get a vote, and it's 10 jury votes.
I think that is probably how they would do it.
Mm-hmm. My thing is, I could see that. I could also just see them starring the jury when it normally starts, because then it's 8 jurors, and it doesn't matter if it ties. It's just whoever gets third.
And which is how Ghost Island happened.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to explain. Mm-hmm. So,
and that's like what I see the most likely is what if they do a final 2, which I don't even know if I want. I don't think I want a final 3. I think I would just rather it be the same at final 2. Would be that. Because then jury still starts at the same spot. They still have all the same people in the jury. And then that twist can be revealed later on, because it's like, oh, if they start jury at the same time, no one's going to really think about a final 3. I mean, I don't think they would even really think about it.
Yeah. So let's talk about the whole jury situation, because Cameron was trying to get Jared to use the veto.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he didn't. But there's been like 4 or 5 different conversations between Jared and Cameron, and all of them are just like going in circles, and then eventually Cameron told Jared that like if he used the veto on Felicia, he would put up Suri to make sure that Izzy goes home, because we do know that Izzy is Cameron's target this week.
Mm-hmm.
And up until last night, it looked like Felicia was going to be evicted unanimously.
Mm-hmm.
And now it doesn't really look like that's the case.
Good. I mean, I'll be honest. Felicia leaving this week, I don't really think it helps anybody. I don't think Felicia should be at the top of anybody's target list. And when you compare notes, Izzy is like in a fantastic position. right?
Yeah.
Outside of Cameron winning HOH and maybe America winning HOH, there was like little to no chance of Izzy going on the block anytime soon. So if they can get Izzy out now, especially before the jury, right? Which 50-50 if it is before the jury or not, but they get Izzy out. That's a huge thing for a lot of games that if you're sitting next to Jared or Suri, that's a vote that's almost already guaranteed for one of them.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it looks like the Suri contingent of things are still planning to vote out Felicia. Because they're over Felicia. What we've also seen is this kind of re-migration of the other side of the house kind of coming together again to consider realigning. That being Corey, America, Matt, Jag, potentially Blue. They've talked about bringing in Bowie Jane. They talked about bringing in Mimi, but they think Mimi is more entrenched on that side, which she's really not because they haven't been treating her well either.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a whole thing. Yeah.
I think for their games right now, though, if they were to bring in Mimi, it's a little bit risky when they don't need her for the vote.
True.
Because right now, if they have theoretically Blue, America, Corey, Jag, Matt, that's 5. That's all they need.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see why they wouldn't pull in Mimi. Just because it is a little bit too risky if you don't know for a fact that she is someone who would be willing to be on board with this. And also, we've seen how fast information flies around this house.
Mm-hmm.
The less people you tell anything, the better. So,
yeah.
So, if we got an Izzy blindside, what do you think the reaction to that's going to be by the
I think we're going to get a reaction similar to Cameron and Bowie Jane when Red was evicted.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, at this point, as much as I hate it, I feel like I would rather see Izzy get evicted only because then I feel like if that happens, Felicia migrates to the other side or still I don't know. It's looking less and less likely that Izzy is going to be staying, which is what Cameron wants.
Yeah.
See, the thing that makes me frustrated about this, right, is I would rather Felicia stay as well, but if Izzy goes, right, that puts Cameron in a better position. Exactly. And I don't want Cameron in a better position. I want him gone.
So there is also a lot of speculation about what the HOH is going to be for this week. And a lot of people seem to think it's going to be the wall comp.
Mm-hmm.
It's that time. And I think the 3 people with the best shot to win the wall are America, Corey, and Mimi.
And
who are the 3 people I would want to win HOH.
And the 4th being fucking Bowie Jane, who I also wouldn't inherently mind winning HOH.
I think it'll be very interesting to see what she would do now.
I think she would put up 3 and Jared.
I mean, also, I think Blue isn't somebody who would be completely out of the wall comp either.
True.
Yeah. I mean, now to be fair, she's not far from my favorite for it. If it is this week.
Yeah.
I don't want Blue to win.
I can see her win. Do I want her to win? No.
I could also see Jag winning.
I mean, I'll be honest. There's only one person I think has 0 shot of winning a wall comp if they're still here, and that's Felicia. So I mean, and that's just because the wall comp is very clearly meant for look at the historic winners of the wall comp, and you will see what I mean by that. But I just don't think Felicia has a good shot of winning it. I don't think Suri has a good shot of winning it. I don't think Izzy has a good shot in winning it.
And when Felicia wins the wall comp and you eat your own words, then what?
I would be thrilled. I would be ecstatic. I would eat my hat that I just bought. Okay, I would eat that hat.
Okay. Make a promise. If Felicia wins the wall comp, will you eat your hat?
If Felicia wins the wall comp, I will eat this rock. So
you've heard it here first.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I also don't think Jared's gonna win a wall comp. Too many muscles. So there's that.
And then he'll say America threw it if she doesn't win.
Yep.
Oh my god. I was not on the episode where y'all talked about the veto last week. Let it be known I was infuriated. Ugh.
I need him out this motherfucking house.
Same.
Like,
I mean, I think he would go next to Suri at this point.
I think he would.
Me too.
He would.
So
Suri would never let that happen, but he would.
Mm-hmm.
So there is another interesting dynamic that we need to touch on, kind of in depth, honestly, and that is AmeriCorey.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
For two reasons, and the first being their showmance. It's because it's a thing now.
Mm-hmm.
They kissed. They did a lot of I don't want to know what last night in the Have Not because they had the Have Not room to themselves.
Not only did they kiss, they made out for like 20 minutes.
At least if they did anything, it was behind a closed door, and you can't say the same about Blue and Jared.
True. I love that we did find out from America, because America and Mimi had a conversation about it. Apparently, Corey is a horrible kisser. But he is a good student from what America says. And Mimi was like, and that's all that matters.
I mean, we've been known this man has like no experience. So like
None. And that's what America said. So
he is at least a trade up from the last unexperienced man we got in this house. So that's a free win. Free win. Let's go pool floaty.
At least we evolved from pool floaty to hanging bed.
Was it the hanging bed or was it the block of cheese?
The hanging bed.
Imagine if it was a block of cheese.
I can't imagine fucking on the block of cheese because your ass could get stuck in the cheese holes.
Imagine if they fucked up the damn hot dog.
Hot dog. No, imagine if
I want a hot dog real bad. It makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Real bad. God, I hate it.
Logan, you do a great Jennifer Coolidge. Do it real quick.
Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Yay!
Do I really do a good Jennifer Coolidge?
I think it's pretty solid. I think it's like a solid 7 out of 10. If you worked at it, it would be like a 9 or a 10 out of 10.
Oh wow! Thank you, Brock.
Logan, I'll have to send you something because I got a TikTok on my For You page recently that was like POV Jennifer Coolidge just watched you get jumped.
Oh my god. So yeah, we also through the AmeriCorey of it all, we've kind of started finding out that Corey is incredibly aware of his position in the house now. And he's like, oh, I'm fucked. Literally this morning they woke up and he was like, oh, I'm fucked. Which is very fun to hear.
Yeah.
Is it bad that I kind of don't agree with that though? I mean, I don't think he's like, I think he's one of those people that he's like 5th and 6th on everyone's target list, right? I don't think we're like 3rd through 6th on everyone's target list, right? And I could, other than America, and I definitely could see a world where he, you know, if this backdoor Izzy does happen, right? He's in a better spot, and I don't think he's going to be. Well, not backdoor, blindside. Sorry, I misspoke.
Yeah.
The blindside of Izzy does happen, then I think he would be in a better spot. Because if Felicia goes, he's losing Shield,
Yeah.
so there's that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like he's actually kind of well insulated to make it to like Final 8, Final 7, and if he makes it to that point, I mean, he's been throwing a lot of comps, so we don't know if he can actually win anything or not. But it wouldn't surprise me to see him clutch out a few comp wins towards the end.
Yeah.
The thing is, do you think people might put him and America up on the block together because they are showman?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, I mean, that's not to say him and America are going to make it to the final 2.
No,
I don't think they're making it to the final 2. I just think. Don't know.
They are now a duo. They are going to be targeted as such.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the other interesting bit of information to talk about in relation to AmeriCorey is that Matt did tell America yesterday that he competed in the Matt told America he won and used the power of invincibility. So she knows that now. Obviously, she told Corey. They are also both aware that Cirie competed in that competition. Mm-hmm. And so Corey and America last night, before they did whatever they were going to do, Corey was like, oh, Jesus, because he realized just how in with everyone Cirie is.
Mm-hmm.
So
and again,
that's where he was like, oh, fuck, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's the thing. You have to be either crazy or the bravest person in this house to put Cirie on the block. Yeah. Right? Or your game has to be dead, which is what Cameron was saying. I probably can't win. So might as well take a shot at the person, that's been the cause of all this. And, next week, if America wins HOH, if Corey wins HOH, if Alicia's still here and Felicia wins HOH, if Bowie wins HOH, it's going to be a really hard sell for people not to want to put Cirie and Jared on the block. I think for at least half the house.
I think 100% now, regardless of who stays, I think America puts up now Cirie and Jared because Corey also let America know that Jared is targeting her. Because Jared told Corey that if he wins HOH next week, he's putting up, I think it was Jag in America. So they understand that like one wrong HOH and one or both of them are going up.
And who's not anybody's target right now, still to this day? Mimi. Icon. Mother Mimi at the moment. Hey.
Who the fuck?
My state.
This is some bullshit.
Some bullshit.
I can't believe
it.
Yeah, there was one week when we were a little nervous for her, but she's okay.
She is. I need her and America together and win an HOH. Because I feel like if one of them won HOH, everything would change. I kind of want that one to be America because I want Mimi to continue to fly under the radar.
I mean, I think, well, next week, I mean, theoretically, right? Assuming it's still either the jury of 9, final 3 jury with jury of 9, as long as it is a 9-person jury, okay? Jury has to start next week. If it's final 2, final 3, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's when a lot of people stop throwing comps, like not consistently, but like at least, trying to win something to start building that resume. Yeah. And, America's a super fan. She watches the show, and I definitely think that's something that's going to be in her mind, especially if she's hearing, oh, Jared wants to put me up. Oh, Cirie's already somebody I want to target. Those are the 2 people I'm going to put on the block. Why not win HOH?
Exactly. I think, this HOH is going to be, I mean, we said it about the current HOH that happened. This HOH is going to be very pivotal for everything moving forward.
And I want the house to continue to be shook the fuck up. So I'm like wanting an America HOH or a Mimi HOH. I mean, I don't know how shaking up what Mimi would fully do.
Yeah.
I mean, low key, at this point, I think the only person winning HOH that wouldn't be a shakeup is Jared. So, yeah. I mean, even Cirie winning HOH, that's going to make her have to show her cards, and that's going to shake up the house. So, like, I would love to see...
What would Cirie put up?
Cameron and somebody.
Cameron and probably Bowie.
Actually, Cameron and fucking Bowie Jane.
Yeah.
I think
she might put up America, honestly.
I don't think she would put up America.
I could see a realm where that happened.
It would be maybe like a replacement nominee. I can
like a replacement nom. Yeah.
Sure.
Fucking Bowie Jane.
Fucking Bowie Jane.
And when Bowie Jane wins HOH, and then Cameron wins the next HOH, and it just
no.
Okay, no. Bowie Jane winning week 7, I'm fine with. I would be thrilled. Because I mean, hey, Portia had to stop coasting at some point, right? So does Bowie.
I also just know Heisem is just cackling at home watching Cameron.
We're no longer acknowledging him.
Oh,
What happened? Did something occur?
Tell us off the air.
Check his Instagram and you'll see exactly what I mean.
Mm.
I think that's about almost it. I don't really have anything else to talk about right now. We don't know who's going, so.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask is if we
Oh,
if we
the
were
real
gonna
bottoms of WeHo. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you all had to guess right now based off of what you're seeing, who do you think is gonna get evicted?
I honestly think the house is gonna end up going with the safe option, and they're gonna vote Felicia. So I'm gonna say I think Felicia's gonna get evicted.
Esme?
I think same.
This has been nothing if not a house of chaos. And, screw it. I want entertaining feeds. I'm going to say they're going to evict Izzy.
I want to say they're going to be busy, but we've seen them do so much flip-flopping and just land back at square one.
But it's not that group that's flip-flopping this time.
True.
That's the thing to consider as well, is it's the other side of the house that is
doing
all of this.
Like, as much as I like both of these noms, so this is really hard to be like, as much as I like Izzy, I think it's a much more interesting game moving forward if Izzy's out this week.
I agree completely.
Exactly.
Because
I'm team good. I'm team good TV. Like,
same. Because if Felicia stays, she's gonna know that all of those people voted against her.
I mean, on top of that too, it's really one of those things of if Izzy leaves, right, that basically forces Jared and Sari to like galvanize together. Whereas if Izzy stays,
it's literally gonna be Jared and Sari versus the house.
Exactly. With maybe Mimi, but I doubt she would stick around if. Yeah.
And Blue's not going to put up Jared though.
Oh wait, though, what happens if they don't tell Mimi about the plan? Mimi votes with Sari and Jared, and they decide to put up Sari and Mimi to backdoor Jared.
I wouldn't be all that upset at that plan.
I could see it. I mean, especially if they're not going to put Mimi in.
Yeah, because Jared goes home over Sari. Does Jared go home over Mimi?
Who would really vote to keep Jared other than Sari?
Blue.
Okay, well that's two. Does anybody else keep Jared over Mimi?
Felicia.
So I think they need what 5. So it depends on who HOH is.
More plus who HOH is, yeah. So
yeah.
Because this week they need 5 people to vote, right?
It's 9 votes this week. So
Cameron would keep Jared over.
Cameron would keep Jared.
So it'd just be whoever the HOH is. Yeah.
Yep. So let's hope that if that's the scenario, they take down me.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all, that's about it. I mean, there isn't really a whole lot else to. There probably is, and we're just forgetting some things. But that's typical around here. So. Thank you so much for joining us for our Monday recap for week 6 in the Big Brother house. We'll be back on Wednesday as per usual to talk all about our pre-eviction things. Maybe the vote will flip 17 more times before then, probably. So we will be live Wednesday at 3 Eastern to talk about all of that. And then Friday at 6 Eastern to talk about the 6th eviction of the season.
God.
Jury may or may not start. Who knows?
Expect the unexpected.
Expect the unexpected always.
When the jury twist this season goes back to the first few seasons where they don't sequester the jury.
Oh my God, could you imagine?
Imagine the twist is the jury just lives in the house.
Not a can't come back jury.
Anyway.
I'd also be so annoyed though if I was the first juror and I had to live in that house until the final 2.
Imagine you still compete in like competitions that can go on Slop and Ish.
No. Hit all of the buttons that show your support, and if you hit the dislike button, hit it twice. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at the Cup Pod for all the most up-to-date Cup news and our funny moments because we are some funny bitches. And while you're in the description below, you could follow all of us because we're cool, and you could go get your cup mug and other cup merch.
I hit my fucking
Lana
arm
G
again.
Creation. I'm over you.
Make sure
Lana
to
G
smack
Creation.
that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's
Sorry.
fine, go
Yes,
ahead.
Mom. Sorry.
I was gonna say, make sure to slap your funny bone on that notification bell.
And with that, cheers.
Cheers.
From way outside the Big Brother house, we've been the cup.
To meet
Expect
myself.
the unexpected. Good night, house guest.
Good night.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.